About Maconaquah.
They return, or they don't return. They have two incoming freshmen that are really good. The point guard, I think her last name's Maple, probably one of the better ball handlers that we've seen and may seen all season long. Very good passer, makes her teammates better. So she is one we're going to have to concentrate on. And then they have a 5'9" post player that is very athletic, runs the floor. So when you got a point guard that can handle it and break a press, and a 5'9" post player that runs the floor that she can hit long, going to make it a little difficult today.
You know, you talk about Maple. She's 5'7" also, so it's not like she's a 5'1" guard. If she wants to spot up, she can shoot about over anybody.
Yeah, she can shoot the ball, and, you know, being that good a ball handler, she can a lot of times see over the top of smaller guards. So she sees the floor extremely well. She shoots the ball well. Very good basketball knowledge. So she is going to be a handful today.
Who's going to be responsible for her?
I think we're going to do a combination. We'll try to mix it up and give her some different looks. We could go with the speedy Macy Brown, the stronger Cammie Burkett, and Jenny Isbell at 5'11" may get to see some minutes on her too.
Okay. I also see, Brian, looking up and down Maconaquah's roster, they're long. Now, I don't know if it's JV, because I don't have a JV roster. All I see is one roster for the entire squad, but I see 5'10", I see 6'1", I see 6'1".
They do, but they're all young players, so they're kind of getting some JV time and a little bit of varsity time. So they're young like we are, so it's going to be a matter of whose younger players are going to step up the best today.
Okay. Before we get to the keys to a win today, I know that we've lost North Judson, but we've picked up Benton Central. Let's talk a little bit about them.
Yeah, Benton Central, right now when the Sagarin ratings came out this week, they were number 2 in 3A. So they're right behind the overall, basically, number 1 team in the state, Northwestern. So they are no slouch. They did lose last night to Lafayette Jeff, who's a strong 4A team. So yeah, we probably upgraded a little bit, believe it or not, from North Judson. But again, it's a challenge that the girls need to accept. You know, we talked about the Northwood game. We chalked that up as a fail. But we talked to the girls after that. Benton Central gives us another test to let us know where we're at. It's an opponent that helps us get ready for an Oak Hill in the sectional. So that's what we're after. That's why we put them on the schedule.
Okay. What do you guys got to do today to win?
I think the biggest thing today is we got to control the boards. For who I've seen that Maconaquah puts on the floor, I think we do have a size advantage. So we really got to control the boards today. We did not do that very well against Northwood, but they were basically bigger than us, yeah. But we still didn't do a good job of what we needed to do there, and we got to cut those turnovers down. Yeah. We got to take care of the basketball. I don't mind it if they do something to us and we're trying to run our offense and we turn the ball over a few times, but we just can't do the turnovers that are unforced. Yeah.
Okay, your 5 starters.
We're going to stick with pretty much what we've been going with. Cammie Burkett at guard, Macy Brown at guard. Wings will be Jenny Isbell and Karina Peterson with Kenzie McKee in the middle.
Okay. Brian, thanks for your time. Good luck. We'll talk to you after the game.
Thank you.
Lady Zebra head coach Brian Jennings back with more of the Rochester Iron and Metal pregame show next, 92.1 WROI.
Maconaquah High School Lady Braves.
How are you, bud?
And the Rochester Lady Zebras.
Welcome back to Rochester High School. Time now for the starting lineups. First, the Maconaquah Lady Braves. They have a record of 1-2, 0-1 in the TRC. At one guard will be a 5'2 sophomore, Tara Wagner. At the second guard, a 5'7 freshman, Lily Maple. At the third guard will be a 5'6 sophomore, Monica Moore. At one forward, a 5'9 freshman, Alex Merritt. And at the other forward will be a 5'9" senior, Alex Jess. Maconaquah coach by Mr. P.J. Hatcher. For the Rochester Lady Zebras, at one guard will be a 5'7" junior, Macy Brown. The other guard will be a 5'5" freshman, Cammie Burkett. At one forward, a 5'10" junior, Jenny Isbell. The other forward, a 5'8" senior, Karina Peterson. And in the middle for the Lady Zebras will be 6'1" junior, Kinsey McKee. Rochester coach by Mr. Brian Jennings. We're in a Saturday morning, Saturday afternoon game, Mac. Not a bad crowd for both teams. This is a pleasant surprise. You never know what you're going to get Saturday morning / Saturday afternoon, and for the most part, I'm impressed. I like it.
Yeah, I agree. We saw this at West Central with the opening game. You wonder if that was because it was the opening game, but no, there's a decent crowd in the afternoon. I mean, the weather's really not conducive to do much, so why not come out and watch a basketball game?
You know, I talked to my wife a couple of days ago about the built-in snow days.
Yep.
And I think she said 3.
Yep.
It's too bad you had to use one in the middle of November.
Yeah, I don't think you're ever banking on using them that early, but yeah, that's crazy. And the weather, I mean, it got cold. It got real cold, and then you throw in the ice. That ice stuff you don't want to play with. Kidding. So, but nope, yeah, you've burnt one already.
Again, the JV game today went to Rochester over Maconaquah 30-13. Lexi Thomas and Allie Pearson each with 11 for the Lady Zebras, who are now 3-0. We'll have Austin Onifield's interview coming up here at halftime. Rochester in their home whites, Maconaquah in their road grays. Kyle McLaughlin, I'm David Musselman. TRC opener for the Lady Zebras. It'll be McKee, and it looks like Merritt. Nope, it'll be McKee and Jess to jump center. Rochester will go to our left, Maconaquah obviously to our right. Here we go. The ball is up, and the tip controlled by Jenny Isbell and the Lady Zebras, who gives backdoor to Brown. Macy on the baseline. Kicks it out to the right elbow extended to Isbell, lobs it down low to McKee, and Kinsey can't grab the pass cleanly, and it goes out of bounds. Going to go back to Maconaquah for the first time today, and Rochester will be in a full-court press. Wagner gets it in to Jess, who gets it ahead to Wagner to Merritt. The shot down low by Maconaquah is no good. The offensive rebound to Maple. Maple, right knee taped up. Ball loose, picked up by Peterson. Rochester turns Maconaquah over. Brown the other way. Macy bounce pass to Isbell behind the arc. Lobs down low to McKee. Loses it through her hands. Picked up by Maconaquah. Moore ahead to Jess. Jess across the timeline left, near side of Maple. Maple with Burkett in her jersey. Goes around the defense. Comes to a jump stop. Loses the basketball. Picked up by Moore. Maconaquah puts it up and in.
Maple smooth for a freshman.
She's good.
Holy Toledo, she's good.
Rochester breaks the 2-2-1 press by Maconaquah. Peterson high on the left side, now to Brown. Against the man-to-man defense to Isbell. 3 right wing for the Lady Zebras, off the mark, no good. Rebound being fought for. Maconaquah comes out of there with it. Maple running the other way for the Lady Braves. 2-0 Maconaquah. Outside to the left elbow. Now to Jess in the left corner. Drives the baseline. Throws up a shot. No good. Nice double team play by the Lady Zebras. The rebound to McKee. Hands off to Brown. Rochester going to our left. Down 2-0 with 6:35 to play in the first quarter. Bounce pass to Isbell in the lane. Feeds down low to McKee. Turnaround jumper in the paint is short. And the rebound to Merritt and Maconaquah. Merritt ahead to Maple. Maple on the right wing for the Lady Braves. Switches directions at the free throw line. Wrap around pass to Jess. Jess high on the left side. Goes to the basket hard and is fouled on the way there, either by McKee or Isbell. We'll wait and see.
McKee caught the ball. Perfect position. Turned the wrong way. Got caught on the wrong foot. Key early here is Rochester has only gotten 1 or 2 shots up. Turning the ball over. Maconaquah speeding Rochester up.
So the foul was whistled against Kinsey McKee, her first.
Team's first.
Okay. 6:15 to play in the first quarter. Maple fakes a 3, drives around Isbell, throws up a floating shot, no good. Rebound fall for, comes out of there Rochester. Peterson now to Brown. Macy runs to our left. Rochester down by 2. 2 minutes gone in the first quarter. Brown high on the right side against Maconaquah's man-to-man defense to the right elbow to McKee. McKee drives with the left hand, kicks it out to Peterson. She'll fire a 3 from the left wing for the Lady Zebras. Is good.
Fantastic footwork there. Her feet were ready when she caught the ball and was able to get rid of it.
Wagner brings it up the floor in the paint. Blocked, this ball stripped away. Picked up by Pike, who's newly in the ball game for Maconaquah. Jess left elbow. Now to Pike on the baseline. Back to Jess behind the arc. Left wing. Feeds down low to Maple. Maple in the paint against about 3 defenders. Out to Wagner. She'll take the 15-footer right side off the glass. No good. Offensive rebound to Pike. Kicks it outside to Jess. She'll fire a 3 over McKee. It's short. Gets a roll rebound because she followed her shot. And now Wagner has it. Drives right. Out to Maple. Maple against Burkett. Merck switches directions in the paint. Kicks it out to Wagner. Feeds down low to Merritt. Merritt against a double team. Kicks it in the corner to Jess. Jess will fire another 3 left baseline. No good. Another offensive rebound from Maconaquah. Wagner drives. Feeds down low to Merritt, and she travels on the pass.
Coach Jennings probably needs to burn a timeout. The Zebras are simply not blocking out. Not one girl is blocking out. That is 6 rebounds.
Offensive rebounds.
3 minutes in the game.
Wow. 5:08 to play in the first quarter. Rochester up 3-2. Rochester works against the 2-2-1 half-court press. Burkett breaks the press, feeds down low to McKee. Right-handed layup is good.
Awesome feed. Big girls, big people like the ball up. They threw it up over the defense, laid it right in.
It helps that the bigs can run the floor.
Absolutely. Yes, it does.
Rochester just about forces the turnover. Maconaquah gets it back. Jess, now Rochester does force a turnover. Isbell, jumper at the free throw line is good. Timeout Maconaquah. It's a 30. You're listening to Ladies Zebra Basketball, 92.1 WROI and RTC TV4.
At Co-Alliance, we understand the importance of community. After all, we've been farmer-owned since the 1920s. And now that we're a part of your community, we want to become your total agronomy solutions provider. Co-Alliance offers the latest in ag technology for your operation. From field scouting and fertilizers to premium seed and precision agriculture, we can help take your operation to the next level. Put the resources of your local cooperative to work. Contact Co-Alliance today.
.441 to play in the first quarter. Rochester now out to a 7-2 lead. Moving the ball pretty well offensively, but right now the big issue right now are the blockouts for Rochester.
Absolutely. If Rochester would eliminate meaning one and done, Maconaquah is going to be struggling even worse at this point. They have fired up 7-8 shots, and it should have been about 3 shots.
Rochester to full court press, and Cammie Burkett's going to pick up the foul on the far side.
That is Cammie Burkett's first foul. That is team foul number 2 for the Lady Zebras.
4:39 to play in the first quarter. Rochester up 7-2. Maconaquah looking to get the ball in, does to Jess. Jess running the floor. Now make that Maple. She goes to the basket. The reverse layup is no good, and the rebound by Burkett. Cammie Burkett, the freshman, she'll rip and run. She'll go coast to coast. She'll throw up a layup. And before the shot, we're going to have a foul, so it'll be out of bounds to Rochester baseline right with 4.5 minutes to play in the first quarter.
That foul is going to be on Tara Wagner, her first. Maconaquah Lady Braves first.
Jenny Isbell will look to trigger it in baseline right. Isbell looking, gets it over the top of the defense to McKee. Kingsman McKee takes it left on the baseline, kicks it out to Burkett in the corner. Burkett inside the three-point line, out to Peterson. She'll fire another 3. It's short, and the rebound to Merritt. And the Maconaquah Lady Braves. Maple swings left side to Jess. Jess fakes a shot, runs around the defense, kicks in the corner to Wagner. Wagner at the free throw line, has her ball stripped away and stolen by Peterson. Karina Peterson crosses through the center circle. Now top of the key, swings high on the right side to Isbell. 7-2 Rochester with under 4 to play in the first quarter. Brown on the right wing. Man-to-man defense by the Maconaquah Lady Braves. Brown, right wing 3, off the mark, no good. Weak side rebound, saved from going out of bounds by Burkett, picked up by McKee. Down low to Isbell, throwaway jumper off the window, it's good.
Hustle play. That's a hustle 2 points right there. Save it from going out of bounds, get a layup.
Maple, dump pass down low, is knocked out of bounds by the Lady Zebras. And it'll stay on the Maconaquah baseline right. Jordan Jennings comes into the game for the first time, as does Kim Batten. Coming out is Burkett and Peterson. Kyle McLaughlin, I'm David Musselman. 3.5 minutes to play in the first quarter. Rochester up 9-2. Wagner looks to trigger it in from Maconaquah, gets it into Merritt. Ball tipped away. Wagner gets it back, and Jordan Jennings is going to tie her up. It'll stay with Maconaquah. 3.5 minutes to play. Again in the first quarter. Rochester up 9-2.
Possession arrow will flip back to Rochester, but good hands there. She just got off the bench, comes right in, ties it up, forces a jump ball.
Wagner, bounce pass inbounds to Maple. Maple in the paint against a double team, loses the handle, ball loose on the floor, another. Nope, Rochester comes out of there, and actually Maconaquah steals it back. The jumper for Jess is no good. Isbell the rebound, hands off to Brown. Right side of the floor for Rochester. Brown accelerates, now pulls up behind the arc, gives to McKee at the free throw line. Kinsey runs to the basket, foul on the shot. She'll go to the line to shoot 2.
Caught the ball there at the elbow. No hesitation, put her head down, attacked the basket. Fantastic job there. Once she got the girl on her hip, it was either going to be a made layup or 2 shots. That foul is on 34, Josie Pike, her first, team second.
McKee at the line to shoot 2 for the Lady Zebras, who lead 9-2. The first one on the way is off the side of the rim. No good. She'll have one more. 3:10 to play first quarter. Again, Rochester up 9-2 here in their opener, the TRC. McKee will have one more, looking to push this lead to 8. The right-handed free throw shooter fires a second one off the back of the rim. No good. Ball being tipped around. Maconaquah comes out of there with it. Maple runs. Maple left side of the floor. Tries to thread the needle on a pass. Picked off by Brown. Macy right side of the floor. 2-on-1 break. She'll go to the basket. Runs over defender. We're going to have a charge on one side and a block call on the other side. And I believe the charge is going to win out.
I don't like that call, and here's why. The defender is under the bucket there, okay? If she's 2 steps out, I get it. But her being under the bucket, I disagree.
Yep.
I disagree.
And if that was college, you know, they've got
have the ring.
The ring, and she would have been inside the ring. So turnover Rochester, first foul on Brown. Wagner at the free volleyball line, outside to Maple. Now to Pike. Pike on the baseline against Batten, who's in their jersey, and then Brown almost picks the basketball off again, but can't save it from going out of bounds. It'll stay with Maconaquah right in front of the Rochester bench, going to our right.
Rochester is making the Lady Braves work for everything. They're getting shots up. They're not good shots, but they're getting shots up. And Rochester's length is causing some problems.
Maple, left elbow. Gives in the corner to Merritt. Merritt a couple of dribbles. High on the left side, now to Jess. Jess back to Maple. Thought about a 3, passed it up. Dribbles away from the defense. Rochester in a zone defense. Maple high on the left side, looks back door to Wagner, but has her now on the right wing. Wagner drives, down low to Merritt. Through her hands, picked up by Isbell. Jenny Isbell for Rochester, running to our left. 2:20 to play in the first quarter. Rochester by 7 at 9-2. Brown, woo! Well, they're letting them play today, aren't they?
Yeah, that's a hip check.
Batten for 3, left baseline is no good. The ball is going to be tipped out of bounds by Jenny Isbell on the weak side. It'll stay with Maconaquah.
They might have a night game tonight, too, so it could be, double games for them. So
let's say I highly doubt that.
Okay.
Inbounds pass comes into Wagner. She'll walk through the center circle. Rochester up 9-2. Jess high on the left side for the Lady Braves. Rochester in a 2-3 zone, the way it looks, and now we're going to have a foul on Rochester. It'll be out of bounds to Maconaquah. Is that going to be on Batten? Nope. That's going to be on Brown.
That's her second.
And quickly, Coach Jennings goes to the bench, and Candy Burkett will come back into the game.
Her second, team fourth. I don't understand how you call that foul when the time before you got hip checked and no call.
Yeah, right. Maple to volleyball line between the rings. Dribbles with the left hand to the left wing. Switches direction, comes back to the right side, wrap around pass to Wagner. Wagner travels, no call, throws up a tough shot, no good. Offensive rebound by Merritt, no good. The putback, and the ball is going to be lost out of bounds. Last touch by the Braves. Rochester will keep possession. 1:47 to play, first quarter, 9-2. Rochester, 2-2-1. Half court, or the full court press, right now being put on by Maconaquah. Jennings gets it into Burkett. Oh, boy. Whew. Burkett traveled, too. Now to Jennings. Jennings middle of the floor. Splits a double team. Breaks the press. Over the top to Batten. She'll fire a long 2-point jumper. It's good.
Nice shot there. Her feet were set. And the good job breaking the press, keeping the ball in the middle of the floor.
11-2. Outside to Jess for Maconaquah. Long threes off the back of the rim. No good. McKee skies for the board and grabs it. Outlets to Burkett. Rochester brings the ball up. Leading by 9 with 1:15 to play in the first quarter. Down low to Jennings. Ball tipped off her hands right into the hands of Maconaquah's Jess. Jess running to our right. Cut off by the defense. Outside to Maple. Oh, Maple around the defense. Steps back out behind the arc. Picks up her dribble. Ball tipped away. Picked up by Jennings. Rochester with the ball now. 60 seconds of play. She loses it off her foot. But then the ball rolls through the legs of Maple. Picked up by Jennings. Saved from going out of bounds by Maconaquah. Then it does go out of bounds. They're going to say last touch by Maconaquah. Holy moly.
Hot potato. I couldn't keep up.
Catherine Hughes comes into the game for the first time. Peterson back in. McKee and Isbell checks out. 54.6 to play in the first quarter. Rochester up 11-2.
I'm just glad I didn't have the iPad there.
You'd have missed that 7 plays ago.
Exactly.
Peterson gets the inbounds pass from Jennings. 50 seconds to play first quarter. Now hands off to Burkett. Rochester with the basketball up by 9. Burkett in the corner to Jennings. Back to Burkett on the right wing behind the arc. Burkett, right-handed dribble, backs it outside. Now to Batten. Kim Batten. Now to Burkett. 3, right wing for the Lady Zebras. No good. Rebound to Peterson. Put back on the way. No good. And Maconaquah the board. Moore grabs it with 30. Moore, baseball pass ahead to Maple. Maple goes to the basket. Right-handed layup. No good, but a foul coming on Rochester. And that's going to send the freshman Maple to the line to shoot 2 for Maconaquah.
When the game slows down for this girl, she's going to become insanely dangerous.
Yeah.
I mean, her size is allowing her to get whatever shot she wants.
Now just to take it.
And then, yeah, inside and outside game both.
Maple's first free throw is good. Nothing but net. She'll have one more.
For Rochester, that foul was on Catherine Hughes, her 4th, the team 5th.
One more coming for Lily Maple, the 5'7" freshman. Eyes the second one for Maconaquah, lets her fly. Off the back of the rim, no good. And offensive rebound from Maconaquah to Moore. Back to Maple. Maple in the baseline. Wrap around pass to Wagner. That's not Wagner, that is Miller. Yeah, Avery Miller comes into the game for the first time, and now we're going to have a foul on Rochester's.
Jordan Jennings, that's the team 6th. Next foul, Maconaquah's 1-1.
We're 18 seconds to play in the first quarter. 11-3, Rochester. Pass comes into Maple. Maple at the right elbow. Gives to Moore. Out to Wagner. Wagner thought of 3, but back to Maple on the baseline with 12. Maple reverses the ball. Floater on the baseline is good. With 6. With 4. With 3. With 2. With 1. And that'll do it. First quarter has come to an end. Rochester up 11-5. You're listening to Lady Zebra Basketball, 92.1 WROI and RTC TV4.
This broadcast is brought to you in part by these local sponsors. Evans Agency in Rochester, offering farm liability, farm personal property, and farm outbuilding policies, all customized to fit your insurance needs. Let Judy help you protect all of your possessions. Online at evansagencyrochester.com. First Federal Savings Bank is your local mortgage lender with 6 locations throughout North Central Indiana. Trust the professionals at First Federal Savings Bank. Online at firstfederalbanking.com. Please support the local businesses that help us bring you this production.
We go to the second quarter. Rochester up 11-5. Max, some first quarter numbers.
Yeah, Rochester 11 points, led by Jenny Isabel with 4 and Karina Peterson with 3. Rochester rebounds, 6 rebounds, Maconaquah 10. Turnovers, Rochester forced 7 and gave the ball up 4 times.
I'm guessing the difference there, the offensive rebounds.
Absolutely, yeah, and score should be a lot worse, I think, in my opinion.
I agree with that.
But Rochester's not blocking out.
Rochester starts the second quarter of the basketball, going to our left, up by 6. Burkett runs the point for the Lady Zebras in the corner to Jennings. Jennings loses it through her hand, ball on the ground. She's on the ground, and no travel, and Rochester is going to, Maconaquah knocked it out of bounds. And we got some Maconaquah fans behind us yelling travel, and I can't disagree with them.
No, I agree with them. The other thing is Macy Brown with 2 fouls.
Still on the bench.
Yep.
Jennings looks to get it in. Jordan, bounce pass into McKee at her feet. Ball loose on the floor. We're going to have a tie-up, and Maconaquah will get it back on the Rochester turnover.
Ball possession, Maconaquah.
7:42 to play in the first half. Rochester up 11-5. Austin Onafield, JV coach, will come up at halftime. Lob pass into Maple. She crosses the timeline, works in the middle of the floor. Now backs it out to the volleyball line. She picks up her dribble prematurely. Now bounce pass to Jess. Jess travels. Maconaquah thought she was fouled. As you can tell, they're right behind us.
Yeah. I I'm not saying she wasn't fouled, but Maconaquah, I mean, we've 6 fouls called on us already, so 2 on them.
30 seconds gone in the second quarter. Rochester up by 6. Jennings on the right wing, behind the arc, gives it to Peterson. Top of the key, 3 for the seniors, off the back of the rim, no good. Rebound tipped around, McKee comes out of there with it. Out to Peterson, we're gonna have another jump ball, and Rochester will keep possession.
Jump ball, possession, Zebras.
Rochester coach Brian Jennings looking up and down his bench. Again, the JV won this morning, 30-13. They are now 3-0.
They look very good.
They are 3-0, not 4-0, because Twin Lakes did not have a JV team. 7-11 to play in the first half. Rochester 11, Maconaquah 5.
And what you're seeing, it's been kind of sloppy, but that has everything to do with being off a week, too.
That could be. You're right.
A week's a long time. Game speed, you can't simulate.
Burkett outside to Isbell, down low to McKee. McKee loses it right into the hands of Moore. Moore picks it up, gives to Maple. Maple across the timeline right. Goes to the right elbow, goes to the basket, in the lane, throws up a shot, good, and a foul.
Nobody's picking her up, and if you do not pick her up, she's going to put it in the hole.
Out of all the grays on the floor in the gym,
find
you
12.
Pick, yes.
That foul was on Rochester's Kenzie McKee. Her second foul, the team's 7th.
So Macy Brown back in, Kim Batten back in, coming out as Peterson and Jennings. 6:53 to play in the first half. Rochester by 4, and the freshman Maple with the line for one more for Maconaquah. And she completes a three-point play the old-fashioned way. And now the lead has been cut to 3. Brown to McKee at the free throw line. Jumper's partially blocked. Maconaquah comes out of there with another rebound. Miller ahead to Maple. Crosses the timeline right. Now in the middle of the floor. Bounce pass to Miller. Her 3 for the tie is short. Isbell the rebound. And now we're going to have a tie-up. And Maconaquah going to get the possession on another Rochester turnover.
Isabel caught the ball, brought it down, and brought it low. And once you bring it low, it's up for grabs.
Lexi Thomas, the 6-foot freshman, comes into the game for the first time today. Lexi Thomas comes in, played a really good JV game today, had 11, and she has 2 quarters, so now she's down to 1. Maple around the defense, and she's going to be checked up by Burkett. Is that going to be Burkett's second?
That's going to be Cammie's second, and that's 1-1 for Maconaquah.
And so Maple will go to the line for Maconaquah with the 1 and the bonus with 6:27 to play in the first half. Rochester up by 3, 11-8.
Rochester has Kenzie McKee with 2 fouls, Macy Brown 2, and Cammie Burkett 2. So 3 of the 5 starters with 2 fouls.
Maple's first free throw is good, nothing but net. Kyle McLaughlin, I'm David Musselman. Our next broadcast will be Tuesday night as the Rochester Lady Zebras will host Lewis Cass. We'll have a game Wednesday as the guys will open their season home with Culver. And then we'll be on the road Saturday to play a really good Winnemac team.
The open will be correct. Brad will be back. Thanks, Paul.
11-10. Burkett. Her pass tipped away, but picked up by Maple. Maple pushes. Maple right side of the floor. Bounce pass in the corner to Miller. Her jumper's off the side of the backboard. Offensive rebound to Jess. And there is all sorts of action down low. And now after all that, we're going to have a travel called.
Watch for stuff. Uh-oh.
It's going to start to get a little chippy. Jennings and Rochester will use a 30-second timeout. You're listening to Lady Zebra Basketball, 92.1 WROI and RTC TV4.
I don't think of this as a high school weight room. It's more like a high school classroom. I'm learning how to manage my time here. I'm learning that it's important to have goals and that it takes persistence and commitment to reach them. And I'm learning that the best way to lead is by example.
Indiana High School Sports. They're more than just a game.
Come and see me play.
6:04 to play in the first half. Rochester leading 11-10. At one point, it was, 11-2?
Yeah, it was 11-2.
And then Maconaquah obviously is now on an 8-0 run.
Rochester's gotten 1 shot up this quarter, 2 minutes in. 2 turnovers.
And we've got some foul issues.
Big time, and you're going to have to drop back on the full court press.
Rochester breaks the press. Brown around the defense, goes to the baseline, kicks it out to Batten. Back to Brown in the corner. And then, I was going to say, Maple got away with the reach-in foul, but she didn't. There's a late call there. It's going to be whistled against Emily Maple.
That's her first foul. Maconaquah's third.
5:49 to play in the first half. Rochester by 1, 11-10. Brown on the far side, looks to get it in. Still looking to get it in. Bounce pass to Burkett right before the 5-second count. Burkett now top of the key, and now we're going to have a foul down low. Is that going to be on Jess?
23, Ashley Jess.
We get the sarcastic applaud from the Rochester fans. We get the "you've got to be kidding me" from the Maconaquah fans.
Her first, team fourth.
Out of bounds to Lexi Thomas, baseline right. She looks to get it in under the basket. Bounce pass into Brown. Quick 3, right wing is off the mark, no good. Rebound tipped around. Lexi Thomas comes out of there with it, and she's going to be tied up with Maple. Rochester will keep possession. Girl, you're 6 foot. Get that thing above your head.
Rochester ball. And yeah, you cannot bring the ball down. That thing has to stay above the dome. Once you bring it down, it's fair game, and all bets are off.
Lexi Thomas, baseline left, will look to get it in again. 5.5 minutes to play first half. Rochester by 1. Thomas, bounce pass to Brown in the corner. Brown dribbles away from the traffic. Now in the paint, the floater off the glass is no good. And the rebound to Maconaquah's mop it quickly to Maple. Maple will go coast to coast. She'll throw up a shot on, and woo! I thought that was generous. She was hit before the shot. They're going to give her the continuation, and that's going to send Maple to the line to shoot 2.
Kim Batten for Rochester Lady Zebras, her first, team 9th. Maple going to the line for 2 more.
What are her numbers already?
Yeah, so she is 2 buckets, so 4 points there. And this is her.
She makes a free throw to tie it at 11-11.
6th and 7th free throw, so she's got 6, 8, 9. This will be her 10th point. She puts this in, and I think she's got the last 10 points from Maconaquah now.
Second one for the freshman is good, and Maconaquah leads again at 12-11. Maconaquah on a 10-0 run here to start the second quarter. Against the trap, Rochester crosses the timeline and breaks it. Down low to Burkett. Burkett outside to Thomas. Lexi Thomas, 1 dribble to Brown. Right wing 3 is short, and the rebound to Merritt and Maconaquah, who gives to Maple. Maconaquah up by 1, 5:05 to play in the first half. Maple inside the 3-point line, bounce past top of the key to Jess. Back to Maple, 3 right wing for Maconaquah is no good. And Isbell the rebound. Now we're going to have a reach-in foul whistled against Merritt. And it'll be Rochester basketball.
That foul is on number 20, Alex Merritt, Maconaquah Lady Braves. 15 foul, her first personal foul.
Pike back into the game, and more to come out from Maconaquah. Kyle McLaughlin, I'm David Musselman. Hey, congratulations.
Hey, thank you.
It's the first time I've talked to you.
Yep.
Rochester breaks the press. Burkett in the middle of the floor. Stops, pops, nope. Rebound to Jess.
She hesitated.
Yep.
She hesitated, and that cost her there.
Jess rips and runs for Maconaquah. Left side to Maple. Now to Pike. Pike loses the handle, picked it up, now gives to Jess. And her pass is picked off by Brown. Macy Brown, right side of the floor. She'll go all the way in for the layup, and it's good.
Macy,
Rochester back up.
That's huge. Macy gets on the board. That's her first 2 points. Oh.
We're gonna have an illegal screen on Miller. We're gonna have an illegal screen on Avery Miller. It'll be out of bounds to Rochester.
That sigh was coming out of me for, I thought that was Macy's third.
I think Macy thought that was Macy's third.
Good minutes there from Lexi Thomas, by the way. She's got 1 quarter left, but she still got 4 minutes in this quarter, but that's good minutes.
I'm guessing she'll be back in this quarter before this quarter ends. Isbell into Brown in the corner to Burkett behind the arc. Now at the right elbow, feeds down low to McKee. McKee out to Isbell, 15-footer right baseline is short. Another defensive rebound, but we're going to have a foul. Is that going to be on Burkett? It's going to be foul on Rochester. Merritt's going to shoot free throws, and it is going to be Cammie Burkett's third.
That is her third foul. That is the 10th team foul, so it's double bonus. Going to the line is Merritt. She's a freshman. She'll learn, but that kind of stuff you just got to retreat on and get back.
Alex Merritt, another freshman from Maconaquah, hits the free throw. We're tied at 13. Karina Peterson comes into the game for Rochester, and Burkett will sit down, I'm guessing, for the rest of the half.
I would agree. I don't know if Maconaquah, I mean, if this was their game plan, but they are absolutely annihilating the boards right now.
You're right. Merritt's second one for Maconaquah is good as it rolls around. It's 14-13, I think. Yeah, 14-13 Maconaquah.
7 from the free throw line this quarter for Maconaquah.
Rochester breaks the press. Brown high on the right side, picks up her dribble. Now top of the key to Peterson. Left side to Isbell in the corner to McKee. McKee, one dribble, picks up her dribble, down low to Peterson. Ball thrown right at her feet, picked up from Maconaquah, and now we're going to have a travel. Miller is being batted around like a pinball. She falls down and travels. It'll be Rochester basketball out of bounds right in front of the Maconaquah bench.
Rochester needs to work on the floor spacing a little bit. The girls are all piled on top of each other when they're throwing into the post.
Macy Brown looks to get it in. Off the fingertips of McKee, who runs down the ball right in front of the 10-second line. Picks it up now to Brown, high on the right side. Under 4 to play in the first half. Maconaquah up 14-13. And then Brown almost loses it, picks up her dribble. High on the right side, wrap around pass to Batten. Fires a 10-footer on the baseline, no good. And Peterson with the rebound, and stolen by Miller from Maconaquah. Miller loses the ball, picks it up, hands off to Wagner. Wagner right baseline in the lane to Merritt, and she puts it in for 2 in the paint. And Maconaquah up by 3 at 16-13. 3.5 to play in the first half. McKee to Brown, breaks the press, high on the right side. Will go coast to coast, throws up a top shot, no good. Rebound to Miller of Maconaquah. Miller against a double team, and we're going to have a timeout taken by the Braves. It will be 8:30. You're listening to Ladies Zebra Basketball, 92.1 WROI and RTC TV4.
There's been a lot of talk lately about net neutrality. At RTC, our customers receive the full and open internet and nothing less. We are not the gatekeeper, toll operator, or curator. A free and open internet has been the single biggest driver of innovation over the last generation, and we want that engine of innovation to live on in our customers. If you ever have a question about your internet service, give RTC a call. We are here for you.
.3:19 to play in the first half. Maconaquah up now 16-13, and you just gave an interesting point off the air. There's 2 freshmen on the floor right now dressed in gray that are going to be really good.
And they've dominated this quarter. Merritt only has 4 points. She's been involved in numerous other things. Maple's leading them, 5 for 5 from the line and 1 bucket, 7 points. They've gotten 11 points this quarter, and all 11 from 2 freshmen.
Yeah. Yeah.
And they're going to be very good.
And after the timeout, Maconaquah has it. We'll get some foul issues coming up here in a minute when we have a little time for Mac. Pike high on the left side against the double team. Down low to Merritt. And Merritt loses it out of bounds. Going to go back to Rochester. Fouls for Rochester.
Cammie Burkett with 3. Macy Brown with 2. Kenzie McKee with 2. Jennings, Hughes, and Batten all with 1. For Maconaquah, nobody has more than 1.
Sadie Brown in the game for the first time for Rochester. Against the press, gives to Peterson. Karina Peterson, wraparound pass to Brown. Macy will break the press across the timeline, kicks it outside to Jennings. Jennings in the corner against the man-to-man out to Peterson. Karina's already hit one from there. She fires another one off the back of the rim, no good. And the rebound to Brown, and we're going to have a foul against Maconaquah.
It's pretty generous. Macy was reaching out to get the rebound.
Merritt.
That's going to put Macy on the line. That is Merritt's second foul. Maconaquah's 7th team foul. Again, that'll put Macy on the line for 1-1.
So Moore and Jess back into the game for Maconaquah. Merritt and Pike to sit. Kyle McLaughlin, I'm David Musselman. Macy Brown to the line for 1 and the bonus for Rochester with 2:45 to play in the first half. Again, Maconaquah up 16-13. Austin Onnefield, Rochester's JV coach, will come up at halftime and talk to us about their win. Brown's free throw is good.
She struggled a little bit so far today, but stuff like this is how you get going. You get to the line.
That's right.
Get a couple good looks, put them in. Macy is so pivotal to Rochester's offense, not only just her scoring, but her leadership, and the ball is in her hands.
Second one for Brown rattles in, and it's 16-15. She came off a 9-point game last Saturday at Northwood, where she led the Lady Zebras in that contest. Lob pass to Moore at the free throw line. Moore out to Miller, who gives to Maple on the near side. Now to Wagner. Wagner against the zone defense. Almost loses her dribble, picks it up, splits the defense, goes to the basket, ball loose on the floor. Out to Maple now. Maple at the free throw line will kick it outside to Jess, and Maconaquah will reset with 2:20 to play in the first half, up by 1. Jess against the, we're going to call that a 2-3 or a 2-1-2.
It's like an extended 2-3. Grab the ball.
Ball loose on the floor. Rochester is the last to touch it, goes out of bounds. It'll be Maconaquah basketball right in front of the Rochester bench going to our right. Lexi Thomas back into the game. Jenny Isbell back into the game. Brown and McKee come out.
I would like to see Coach Jennings put Isabel on Maple. I think her length would cause problems.
I think that's a good point. Maple against the double team. Splits it to Jess. Ball loose on the floor. Picked up by Lexi Thomas and Rochester. Thomas gives to Isbell. Jenny will run the point for Rochester, brings it across the timeline against Maple. Now at the top of the key. I think got away from the double dribble. Out to Peterson. Long three is good as it rattles in. Rochester back up now by 2 at 18-16.
They are not coming to Peterson on the arc. They're letting her have the clean open look, and she's making them pay. That's two threes in the game for her.
Miller against the double team. Dribbles away from Thomas. Gets it over the top to Maple.
There you go.
And they must have heard you, Matt, because that's exactly who's at the top of that zone right now. That 1-2-2, it looks like to me, is Isbell. Moore at the free throw line. She travels on the drive. She just should have taken that jumper from the elbow.
Yeah, the way I look at it, as from a coach's perspective, is Maple's the catalyst. So you have to take the catalyst out and let somebody else step up to beat you. You put the length of Isabel on her. I think she's going to struggle mightily.
Yeah, I think you're right. Peterson quickly to Brown. 3 for the sophomore. No good. Ball being tipped around. Peterson comes out of there with it. Gives it a wide open Isbell. She rises up and puts it in for 2. And now Rochester up by 4 with 67 seconds to play in the first half.
Hustle play with a wide open weak side look. Good job.
Maple across the timeline against the 1-2-2. High on the right side to Wagner. Wagner, jumper to Jess. Jess is shot short. More the rebound to Jess. She puts it back up. It's good from Maconaquah. Another offensive rebound leads 2 points for Maconaquah. 40 seconds to play first half. Rochester by 2. Jennings fakes the 3. Drives inside the arc. Jumper is an air ball. Ball being tipped around. Maconaquah's Jess comes out of there with it. Gives to Maple with 35. Bounce pass ahead to Wagner. Wagner travels, no call, loses the handle, picked up by Brown and Rochester. Sadie Brown dribbles away from the traffic and then is going to be fouled by Wagner, and Sadie Brown will walk to the other end and shoot 1 in the bonus for the Lady Zebras.
That foul is going on Tara Wagner. That is her second. That is the Lady Braves' 8th team foul. Sadie Brown to the line for 1 and 1.
26 seconds to play in the first half. Rochester by 2. Sophomore Sadie Brown to the line for 1 and the bonus for the Lady Zebras.
They've put Isabel on top of the 1-2-2, and that's the absolute best defense I've seen out of the Zebras.
Free throw no good, and Miller from Maconaquah the rebound. Miller brings it up with 22, crosses the timeline with 21. High on the right side from Maconaquah, passes out to Wagner with 18. Wagner at the free throw line, down low to Moore with 15, out to Miller with 13. Now to Wagner, outside to Maple with 12. Back to Wagner with 10. Wagner dribbles, ball tipped away, out of bounds. Peterson, good hustle play with 5.3 to play in the first half.
Nobody on the floor right now. Rochester has more than 1 foul, so.
Are you kidding me? Bama and the Citadel tied at 10 in the first half.
Whoa.
Miller looks to get it in. Over the top to Moore. Hands off to Maple with 3, with 2. Maple got to get the shot off. Does at the buzzer. No good. At halftime, Rochester leads 20-18. You're listening to Lady Zebra Basketball, 92.1 WROI and RTC TV4.
At Co-Alliance Propane, we treat our customers like neighbors because, well, that's what we are. When you trust Co-Alliance Propane as your seriously local propane provider, you're trusting a team of professionals who live, work, and watch the game from right across the county, not the country. A team that's close by and seriously dedicated to your safety and providing the best service possible. Find out more about Co-Alliance Propane's seriously local service and how you can get 50 gallons of propane free at coalliancepropane.com.
Rochester High School. We're at halftime where the Lady Zebras lead the Maconaquah Braves 20-18. Austin Onafield, the Lady Zebra JV coach, joins us here at the break. You guys are 3-0. Took control of that game, Austin, and really never gave it back.
No, that's definitely what we've been practicing right now is we got to start handling leads, and that's what we really want to train these kids to do when they start going up into the varsity games. As you see, Lexi and Mercedes are starting to get some varsity minutes, and Emily Hughes is getting some varsity spot minutes. We want them to be prepared, under pressure. When they send those double teams at you, that they'd be ready to go.
Lexi Thomas, Allie Pearson led you with 11 today. They played well underneath the basket, both rebounding and took advantage of some good passes. But, the one person that doesn't show up in the stats very often is Brianna Yarber. That girl plays. I mean, she has a motor that never quits.
Yeah, definitely. When we set up our play it's called home run, but every time Yarber's able to run, we have some of the quickest guards, I think, in the league right now. And with that, we really are able to use everybody. And Yarber didn't have many shot attempts today, and that's something we really need to work on is I want kids to get up more shots and everything so everybody gets more looks. I
noticed, Austin, that you almost like a line change, platoon when you sub. Is that because of the game at hand, or is that your general philosophy in every game?
Well, that was just the game at hand at that point. I didn't mean to do it, but it ended up being in it. We did that twice in a row, and it looked really good. Kids they're able to go in, and they're able to get, really run and really get their stretching out, and then they come back out for 2 minutes, and then we get them in. Now we keep in, kind of keep our post players in there because we don't have any post players, but we're interchangeable almost the 1 through the 4 position. We got to keep our post in, but having so many guards and so many quick players, we're able to do that.
You get about a day off to prepare for a cast team. I don't know anything about them. I know their record. That doesn't tell me a whole lot, but, another opportunity, another win maybe on Tuesday.
Definitely. We're going to continue what we've been doing right now. Like you said, going undefeated is pretty nice, but, there's no reason to start celebrating yet. We still got a whole season.
Oh, sure. And, the nice thing about your JV team playing against this varsity team, they're going to get beat up in practice. There's no doubt about it, but obviously it's making them better.
Definitely, and that's what we're seeing. Coach comes in every day and goes, all right, got to get through. We're going to beat you up a little bit. And I just tell the girls, hey, this is going to make you better.
Absolutely.
Harder during practice. We want practice to be harder, but now when you go into games, it's easier. As you see, we're in a lot better shape than we were, 2 weeks, 3 weeks ago. So now we're really starting to have fun and everything.
Congratulations on a nice 3-0 start. Good luck on Tuesday. We'll talk to you at halftime of the JV or the varsity game.
Yep, thank you.
Awesome, thank you. Junior varsity coach Austin Onafield here at the break. We're going to take a break. We'll come back with first half stats next. You're listening to Lady Zebra Basketball, 92.1 WROI and RTC TV4.
Ever wonder why your local TV bill keeps going up? The bulk of these increases are due to rising network fees. A few powerful media companies dictate what TV providers must pay to offer their channels to you. And every time networks demand more money, that affects what you pay every month. If TV providers don't meet their demands, networks threaten blackouts. Since 1999, these network fees have increased by 3.5 times the rate of inflation. To see what we're doing to keep network fees in check, visit tvonmyside.com.
You hit backboard first.
I bet I can make 3. If I will do it, I bet I can make 3. If you let me go back there, I bet I can make 3.
I got some halftime numbers.
Back at Rochester High School, we're at recess. The Lady Zebras own a 2-point lead right now at 20-18. Mac, you have first half numbers.
Yes, I do. Fouls, and more fouls.
You're not kidding.
Start with Rochester, 20 on the scoreboard at halftime. They're led by Jenny Isabel with 6 and Karina Peterson with 6. Macy Brown with 4. Kenzie McKee 2. Kim Batten with 2. Rochester combined for 10 rebounds in the first half and 8 turnovers. For Maconaquah, it is the freshman duo. They have 18. They have, let's see, I believe that is, of the 18, they've got 14 of the 18, the freshman duo. They're led by Lily Maple. She's got 4, 5, 7, 9, 10. Merritt has 4. Monica Moore with 2 and Ashley Jess with 2. Maconaquah rebounds 20. 20 to 10. That's a big deal right there.
That's a big deal.
And Maconaquah does have 14 turnovers. So Rochester has only 8 turnovers, so 6 less turnovers. As far as foul situation goes, Cammie Burkett with 3 for the Zebras. Kenzie McKee and Macy Brown with 2 each. Jennings, Hughes, and Batten with 1. For Maconaquah, Tara Wagner and Alex Merritt both with 2 fouls. Maple with 1, Miller with 1, and Pike with 1.
So you know the freshmen of Merritt and Maple are killing you.
Yep.
But what do you do when your 2 or 3 of your best defenders have a foul issue? I mean, it's not like you can go to a triangle and 2, can you?
Well, no, but here's what you do have. Jenny Isabel has not had a foul yet, okay? It's very simple for me. Isabel, Maple is yours. She goes to the locker room, you follow her there. I think you could even do a box and 1 with her, but you let her take Maple out. Everybody else has to do their job, but Rochester's fouls, it's not like they're good fouls. These are silly fouls. You're 50 feet from the bucket.
Yeah.
You're not blocking out. You're reaching in. So you got to clean that up. And Coach Jennings, I'm sure, is on that. But it's a no-brainer for me right now. I put Isabel and I lock her on Maple, and I think everything else will fall in. We got ourselves back in the game in the second quarter. We were trailing by 4, I believe, 3 or 4, and took a 2-point lead to the locker room when Isabel went up top.
Yeah, in that zone, yep.
In the zone. And the zone is nice. The zone's supposed to eliminate some fouls, but your rebounding on a zone is typically your weakness, and boy, did it show.
You have scores from around the area? Is that what you're telling me? No?
Do I?
I thought you said you had scores from Val.
Oh, last night's football.
Oh.
So Eastbrook, Bremen.
Yes.
Eastbrook lines up to kick the game-winning field goal. They miss it.
They
However,
kick it with time running out.
Yep. The time ran out. They miss it. However, there's a yellow handkerchief laying on the field. Bremen ran into the kicker.
Offsides.
He said
he ran into the kicker?
He said running into the kicker.
Oh, okay.
But either way, 5-yard penalty. Eastbrook kicks it to go to the state finals.
And wins, 34-33.
He told me last year Eastbrook lost in semi-state on a field goal. And this year they win on a field goal.
Now the question is,
yep,
if Eastbrook wins the state,
yep,
that will give them 6 points.
Okay.
Will they have to go to 3A?
I don't know. What's the point? I don't know the points.
I think it's 6 points.
Okay, well.
We'll get Val here involved here in a minute. If Eastbrook wins the state, will they have to go to 3A?
Yes.
Okay. Yes. So they're at 5 points now.
Yep.
If they win the state, they'll have to go to, well,
3A.
That's a no-brainer then. So if they win the state,
yep,
Pioneer's already coming up.
Yep.
So Eastbrook will move out of the 2A section, and Pioneer will move into our 2A section.
Yeah.
Yay.
Hey, he also told me this. Marion is actually, they have them playing in the South region. So they play today into Evansville for a chance to go to state.
The Marion Giants?
The Marion Giants
are in the South?
Correct. I don't know who messed up the geography there.
Well,
but
it's the brilliance of the IHSAA.
Well, that's what you want to call it, but Marion is in the South.
Yet Carmel's in the North.
Yes. Yes.
Somebody please paint me a picture. Maconaquah will start the second half of the basketball, now going to our left. Rochester will start in that 1-2-2, Matt. Good call. Isbell, Brown, Burkett, Peterson, and McKee, the original starters for Rochester. Maple, Wagner, Jess, 3 right wing for the Lady Braves, no good. McKee, nice rebound.
Good block out.
Merritt and Moore on the floor for the Maconaquah Braves. Kyle McLaughlin, I'm David Musselman. Down low to Peterson. Peterson drives the baseline. Fouled hard by Maple. No call. Moore with the rebound. Ball loose. Picked up by McKee. McKee on the baseline. Kicks it back outside to Peterson. Peterson, 3, left wing. Good again.
Don't leave her open.
Northwestern leads Lewis Cass after the third quarter, 50-12. Ugh. Ball comes inside to Merritt. She loses her footing, and the basketball rolls out of bounds. Rochester going to get it back.
Did Northwestern, did they graduate anybody last year?
Nobody, but they did have one of their studs move to Taylor.
Oh, they did?
Yeah.
So they're down to 4
So they're only
studs.
beating people by 40 this year instead of 50 or 60. 23-18, Rochester with the ball in the lead. Brown right through the center circle, high on the left side to Peterson. Shoot that again, young lady. Burkett in the corner. Burkett drives the left elbow, cut off by Maple. Round Maple, now in the paint, goes up for the shot, high off the glass, no good. And the rebound fought for, and Rochester's Burkett comes out of there but throws it away. Now Maple has it. Maple from Maconaquah will go coast to coast. Left-handed layup is no good, but Karina Peterson's going to pick up the foul, and that's going to send Maple to the line to shoot 2.
And that is Peterson's first foul. Rochester's team first foul.
Rochester Lady Zebras will have Lewis Cass here on Tuesday night. And the guys will open their season on Wednesday night here with Culver. Maple's free throw is no good. So she is now 7 of 8, yes?
7 of 9.
7 of 9.
7 of 9.
Apparently wasn't paying attention in the first half. One more coming for the freshman, Emily Maple. Eyes the second one, lets it fly. This one is no good again. And Isbell with a rebound. Gives out to Brown. Rochester up 23-18. 30 seconds gone. Make that a minute 30 gone here in the third quarter. McKee loses it through her hands, picked up by Maple. Maple then is going to be called for the double dribble.
I don't understand some of these entry passes with the angles. However, I think if you want to do some inside-outside game with Isabel and McKee, I'm good with that. Clear the rest of the floor out. Make them match up to those two girls.
Early in the third quarter, Alabama and the Citadel tied at 10. Maconaquah turns Rochester over. Down low to Merritt. Layup is good. 10-10 in the third. You suppose Nick Saban is breathing okay?
No.
You think he's having a meltdown? Full court press by Maconaquah. Burkett gets the pass from Brown across the timeline. Ball's tipped away. Picked up by Isbell. Back to Burkett. Burkett now to Peterson around the defense. Kicks it back outside to Brown. Macy with Wagner in her face. Shot short. Long rebound to Peterson, who saves it going out of bounds right into the hands of Burkett. Burkett, dump pass down low to Isbell. Her jumper is good from 2 feet in.
Good hustle play. Throw the ball back in, get an offensive rebound and a layup.
Rochester back by 5. 5.5 to play in the third quarter. Kim Batten will come back into the game for Rochester. Backdoor to Jess. Jess travels, no call. Jumper on the way is good. Make that Maple. Maple.
With the left hand.
Right. Full court press by Maconaquah. Burkett on her knee, gets it away. Ball tipped around. Merritt has it for now for the Braves. Down low to Maple, left-handed layup, short. And she gets her own rebound. To Wagner. Wagner right elbow, now the right baseline. Down low to Moore, turnaround jumper, make that Merritt is good. And the lead is cut 2-1, and then Maconaquah almost steals the basketball. But Wagner can't save him going out of bounds. No, they're going to say last touch by Brown. What? Huh? How does that happen?
She's standing on the line with the ball, and
Wagner's standing out of bounds when she touched it.
I think he made a mistake.
He did.
There
it
we
is,
go.
yeah, it is
Okay.
Rochester ball.
I couldn't understand that either.
Peterson's hurt. She's limping here on the bench. Right ankle, I believe. Wagner has come out too.
Oh, yeah.
And now Macy Brown's just picked up foul number 3.
Yeah.
And a turnover.
Fouls on Zebras, number 12, Brown, her third.
So it'll be Maconaquah basketball out of bounds, baseline
That's
left.
her third, team second.
Coach Jenny's going to ride with her. Miller looks to get it in for the Braves. Does so to Maple. 15-footer left wing, good as it rolls in. And Maconaquah back up 26-25.
And
Maple just about steals it again. The ball's out of bounds. They're going to say last touch by Rochester. Maconaquah going to keep possession. Turns Rochester over again.
Rochester's going to have to get out of the 2-3 zone at some point. Maple, anytime she can shoot the ball and Isabel's not in her face, it's a win for them.
Miller gets it into Maple. Maple over the top to Jess, swings right side to Pike. Pike drives around to the baseline, feeds down low, ball tipped away. Miller picks it up, puts up a shot, no good. Isbell with a rebound, and we're going to have a foul coming on Maconaquah, I believe.
Foul on Maconaquah, number 30, Moore.
Monica Moore, her first, team first.
Maconaquah on a press defense, full court press. Brown on the baseline, looks to throw deep, does so to McKee. Out of bounds. And nobody touched it, so it's going to be Maconaquah basketball underneath their own basket now.
That is 6 Rochester turnovers so far this quarter.
4:38 to play in the third quarter. Maconaquah up 26-25. Maconaquah with the basketball out of bounds, baseline left. Miller looks to trigger it in. Miller gets it into Maple. Maple on the baseline, picks her way through traffic, jump stop, rises up, puts it in for 2.
She's something special already,
I agree with that.
Unbelievable.
Brown on the baseline, gets it into Burkett. Burkett against the press, loses the handle, ball loose on the floor, and Brown's there to pick it up. Macy to bring it up. Rochester down by 3, crosses the timeline, high on the left side to Burkett. One dribble to her left, now to Isbell. Thought about a 3, passes it up, ball tipped away. And the ball's still loose on the floor. It's going to be tipped out of bounds. Last touch by Brown. It'll stay with Maconaquah on the far side. Jordan Jennings back in. Wagner back in for Maconaquah. And Jenny Isbell comes out. And now we're going to have a timeout, Rochester. It is a 60. You're listening to Lady Zebra Basketball, 92.1 WROI and RTC TV4.
RTC cable subscribers. Now you can watch your favorite cable networks wherever you are, on your phone, tablet, or computer. Just log on to www.watchtveverywhere.com. Enter your RTC account information and sign up to watch TV everywhere. Live sports, videos on demand, and more, all for free with your RTC cable subscription. Watch TV everywhere. Another great service from RTC.
At Co-Alliance, we understand the importance of community. After all, we've been farmer-owned since the 1920s. And now that we're a part of your community, we want to become your total agronomy solutions provider. Co-Alliance offers the latest in ag technology for your operation. From field scouting and fertilizers to premium seed and precision agriculture, we can help take your operation to the next level. Put the resources of your local cooperative to work. Contact Co-Alliance today.
.4:11 to play in the third quarter. Maconaquah now up 28-25. And after the out-of-bounds call against Rochester, Maconaquah going to keep possession, and both Maconaquah and Rochester 3 timeouts.
And the Maple Merit Merit meter is 24 of the 28. Sorry, 21 of the 28.
And bounce pass comes into Pike. And then Brown steals the ball, and then we're going to have a loose ball found on the far sideline by Maple. It'll be Rochester basketball on the far side going to our right.
24 of the 28. That is
the freshman.
Led by freshman there. Maple's second foul, team's second foul.
Brown gets it into McKee. McKee yet to cross the timeline, does over the top to Burkett. Kemi Burkett in the right elbow. Good defense by Jess. Now to Brown on the right wing, right in front of Coach Jennings. Dribbles back to the top of the key to reset for Rochester. Brown in the middle of the floor, bounce pass to Burkett on the left wing. Kemi backs it out between the rings, drives it right in the corner to Brown. Macy against Wagner. Long 3, right baseline's in and out, no good, and the rebound to Pike. Pike then clears, bounce pass ahead to Jess, crosses the timeline in the corner to wide open Wagner, through her hands and out of bounds.
That was Maconaquah's first rebound of the quarter. Here's why. We've got 7 turnovers. We're not getting many shots up.
You're right. But again, it was one and done for the Rochester offense.
Yes.
Brown against the double team. Oh, Wagner's going to be called for the reach.
It's going to be.
You look at Wagner, she's only a sophomore.
Yep.
There are no 11s on this roster for Maconaquah. Jess is a senior. Pike, who's seen significant playing time as a senior, and Mac, that's it.
Yeah, absolutely. Wagner's third personal foul Lady Braves' third team foul.
Jennings gets the inbounds pass from Brown back to Macy. Here comes the half-court trap. Macy around the defense, yet to cross the timeline, now does to the left. Bounce pass to Jennings. Jennings, long three from Maconaquah or for Rochester, is partially tipped, picked up by McKee. Now to Peterson. Peterson runs to the left elbow. She throws up a tough shot short. Maya Moore with the rebound. There hasn't been too many offensive boards today for Rochester. There was one. Maple. Bounce pass to Pike. Right side to Wagner. Wagner against Peterson. Takes her to the baseline, now to Moore. Outside to Maple. 2:50 to play in the third quarter. Rochester by 3 at 28-25. Bounce pass to Jess. Jess in left wing right in front of Coach Hatcher for Maconaquah. Now to Pike. Pike around the defense and Batten. Outside to Jess. Over the top of the defense to Maple. Maple rips, runs, baseline, fouled by Batten on the baseline. It'll be out of bounds to Maconaquah.
The things about Maple that just really astonish me, she sees the plays developing, and for a freshman, for the game speed, typically it's too fast. The bounce passes that she's making and the plays that not just the scoring is playing above her years.
Jess for three from Maconaquah, no good air ball, and offensive rebound to Maple. Over the top to Jess. Down low to Pike, out to Maple. Left wing for Maconaquah. Maple dribbles away from trouble, gives to Jess high on the left side. Jenny Isbell will come back into the next opportunity. In the paint, gives to Moore. Moore kicks it out to Wagner. Fakes a three, pull-up jumper from 15 feet, short. Rebound by Peterson. Peterson out to Batten, back to Peterson. Now quickly to Brown. 2 minutes to play in the third. Rochester down by 3. Brown middle of the floor, works the right side, and Wagner's going to pick up another foul for Maconaquah to be out of bounds to Rochester. With just under 2 minutes to play in the third quarter, Maconaquah up 28-25.
That's going to be her fourth personal, team's fourth. Prior to that, Kim Batten for Rochester picked up her second, team's third. 20-3.
McKee comes out, Isbell back in. Merritt and Miller comes back in from Maconaquah. Kyle McLaughlin, I'm David Musselman. It'll be Rochester basketball out of bounds right in front of their own bench going to our right. Brown will look to trigger it in. Rochester down by 3 with 2 minutes to play in the third. Brown on the right wing against the man-to-man defense. Brown works right side with the right-handed dribble. Works against Miller around the defense. Pull-up jumper's no good. And Miller, the smallest girl on the floor, with the board. Miller against the half-court trap. Splits the double team off the hands of Moore. And then we're going to have Auburn back. Good call. Hey, here's something that I really like there. Rochester missed the shot, but they were able to set up a trap on the miss.
Yeah, and we saw that in the first game of the year when it's pretty astonishing to be able to get back and have the communication to do that. Oh, no.
And then the ball is thrown out of bounds by the Lady Zebras, and it should go to, no signal yet, it should go to Maconaquah. I don't think anybody in white, I don't think anybody touched it at all.
I don't think anybody touched it. Randall was the closest one to touching it.
So it'll be Maconaquah basketball. They just confirmed no one touched the inbounds pass, so it'll be Maconaquah basketball going to our left after Rochester turnover.
Rochester's 8th turnover of the quarter.
100 seconds to play in the third. Maconaquah by 3. Maple gets the inbounds pass from Jess. Wraparound pass to Jess at the free throw line. Now outside to Miller. Miller thought about a shot, passes it up. Now with the defense, gives to Merritt. She'll take the 15-footer. It's no good. And Isbell, nice rebound by Jenny Isbell, and she gives off to Brown. Minute 25. Macy on the run in the corner to Batten. Batten, right wing, now right baseline, cut off by the defense, out to Peterson. A minute 15 to play in the third quarter. Maconaquah by 3. Peterson high on the right side. Man-to-man defense by Maconaquah, now to Jennings. Jennings holds, a couple of dribbles to her left, outside to Peterson in the minute 5. Third quarter coming to an end. Batten, 3 for the tie. Left wing's off the glass, no good. A rebound to Maple. Maple brings it up the floor, gets a nice pick from Jess, and now we're going to have a foul on the far side by Brown, and that's going to be 4 on Macy?
That's going to be 4 on Macy. Team's 4th. Rochester is on a 5+ minute scoring drought. I got that from Valor. Ain't no way I could ever know that.
I knew it. So did everybody else. McKee and Burkett back in.
You got to credit your sources.
Brown and Batten out. So Brown comes out with 4, but Burkett comes in with 4.
She got 3.
3, I beg your pardon. Okay. 52 seconds to play in the third. Jess, 3, right baseline, right wing is no good. Offensive rebound to Maple. Maple kicks it out to Miller. Her long 2-point jumper's good.
The vision from her, again, I know you can't see it on the radio, but her vision's outstanding.
Maconaquah by 5 at 30-25. The back door pass to Isbell from Burkett. Jenny Isbell puts it in for 2, and the lead is back to 3 for Maconaquah with 22 seconds. Coach Hatcher wants one final shot of the third quarter. Bounce pass to Miller from Maple. Miller holds. One dribble to her right over the top of the defense to Jess with 15. Jess out to Miller with 12. Miller holds with 11. Miller holds with 10. A couple of dribbles to her left. 2 more with 7. Her jumper on the way is good as she gets a shooter's bounce with 3, with 2, with 1. And they're not going to get a shot off. After 3, Maconaquah leads 32-27. You're listening to Ladies Zebra Basketball, 92.1 WROI and RTC TV4.
This broadcast is brought to you in part by these local sponsors. Evans Agency in Rochester, offering farm liability, farm personal property, and farm outbuilding policies, all customized to fit your insurance needs. Let Judy help you protect all of your possessions. Online at evansagencyrochester.com. First Federal Savings Bank is your local mortgage lender with 6 locations throughout north central Indiana. Trust the professionals at First Federal Savings Bank. Online at firstfederalbanking.com. Please support the local businesses that help us bring you this production.
Final quarter here at Rochester High School, where the Lady Braves lead the Zebras 32-27, and Mac, you have some third quarter numbers.
Yeah, in that quarter, Rochester 7 points, Maconaquah with 14 points, leading 32-27 going into the fourth. Quick game check as far as rebounds go. Rochester on the game with 16 turnovers, Maconaquah with 17 turnovers, Maconaquah with 28 rebounds, Rochester with 15 rebounds. They're plus 13 on the boards, Maconaquah is. Rochester foul situation, Macy Brown with 4, Cammie Burkett with 3, Kim Batten with 2, McKee with 2. 4 fouls for Wagner from Maconaquah.
Peterson, Burkett that is, McKee, Jennings, and Isbell on the floor to start the fourth quarter with Rochester. Burkett way outside left. Bounce pass is knocked away, stolen by Maple. Maple from Maconaquah runs, right side of the floor, goes to the basket, right-handed layup, high off the glass and in. This is biggest lead for Maconaquah, 7 at 34-27. Rochester breaks the press. And then the pass down low is tipped away by Merritt. And it'll be out of bounds to Rochester baseline right.
I don't know if Maples came out of the game either.
I wouldn't bring her out of the game.
No, I wouldn't either, but I mean, it's pretty impressive that.
Isbell studies, lobs in into McKee, rises up off the glass. Nope. Offensive rebound, Peterson. Nope. Burkett with the rebound. Her putback is going to be tipped out of bounds by Maconaquah, and it'll stay with Rochester baseline right. 30 seconds gone in the fourth quarter. Maconaquah by 7. Rochester basketball out of bounds baseline right as Isbell will look to get it in again. Jenny studies, looking. Lob pass into McKee again. Her fall away jumper in the paint is no good. And Burkett comes out of there for Rochester with it. Top to Jennings. Back to Burkett between the rings at the volleyball line. Works right against. She pushes off every time, doesn't she?
Mm-hmm.
And the bounce pass goes awry, right into the hands of Miller from Maconaquah. Through the center circles, Miller. Works right side to Jess. Clock's not running. The pull-up jumper from Maple is partially blocked by Isbell. Isbell picks it up, gives to Burkett. 7:20 to play in the game. Maconaquah by 7. Burkett at the free throw line, down low to McKee. She'll go to the basket. Right-handed layup is good.
There we go.
34-29. McKee across the make that Maple across the timeline. Merritt to Miller. Miller stands between the rings. Rochester looks like in a 2-3 zone, but I believe it might be a box and one. The floater by Jess is no good. She saves her going out of bounds. No, she doesn't. Are you seeing a box and one?
I don't know what that was. It wasn't a box and one. Isabel was standing directly under the bucket, so I don't know. It looked like a modified 2-3.
6:54 to play in the game. 34-29 Maconaquah. The Braves in a full court press.
Macy Brown in with 4 fouls.
Yep. Burkett back out. Ahead to Peterson. Peterson has her pass tipped away and stolen by Moore. Moore ahead to Maple. Maple right-handed layup is good. Good job by Macy Brown recognizing that she wasn't going to block that, so she'll just let her go in and spare the 5th foul. 36-29. Brown high on the right side. Right in front of the Rochester bench. 6:29 to play in the game. Brown, everybody runs away from her. She spots up for 3, and it's good. And it's lead is cut to 4. Down low to Merritt. Oh, Merritt had the jumper in the paint, wide open.
Oh.
P.J. Hatcher calls a timeout right before the shot. It's a 60-second. You're listening to Lady Zebra Basketball, 92.1 WROI and RTC TV4.
I don't think of this as a high school weight room. It's more like a high school classroom. I'm learning how to manage my time here. I'm learning that it's important to have goals and that it takes persistence and commitment to reach them. And I'm learning that the best way to lead is by example.
Indiana High School Sports. They're more than just a game.
Come and see me play.
There's been a lot of talk lately about net neutrality. At RTC, our customers receive the full and open internet and nothing less. We are not the gatekeeper, toll operator, or curator. A free and open internet has been the single biggest driver of innovation over the last generation, and we want that engine of innovation to live on in our customers. If you ever have a question about your internet service, give RTC a call. We are here for you.
6:14 to play in the game. Maconaquah up by 4. And after their timeout, they'll have the basketball underneath their basket baseline left.
Macy Brown went into the locker room. I don't know what that's for.
With Christina Hughes.
With Christina Hughes typically means something's not right. And again, this 4th quarter has started a lot like the 3rd quarter ended, the Lily Maple show.
Rochester with 3 timeouts, Maconaquah with 2. Miller looks triggered in. Not yet in, not yet over the top of the defense to Jess. Jess with the basketball for Maconaquah, and she's going to be called for travel.
Kim Batten there, really good job contesting that inbound, and ended up getting the foul called as they pushed off of her, forced the turnover.
Isbell right in front of the Maconaquah bench, gives it into Batten. Batten a couple of dribbles to her right, goes to the right wing. Gives to Isbell now. Isbell in the paint, jump pass down low, tipped away, picked up by Maconaquah. And Macy Brown back in.
Blood on her shorts.
Oh, yeah, that's what it was, yep. Jess now has it tipped out of bounds by the Lady Zebras. Brown back into the game. And Macy replaces Batten. 5:55 to play in the game. Maconaquah by 4. Brave basketball baseline right. Jess ready. Jess studies. Gets it in to Miller. Miller in the corner, dribbles to the wing, hands off to Maple. Maple fakes left, comes back to the right against a double team, off her foot, grabs it at the timeline. Now to Pike. Pike dribbles a couple of times to the three-point line. Now to Merritt, over the top to Maple. Maple in the paint, goes to the basket, foul on the shot. Shot no good, but she'll go to the line to shoot 2.
When she caught the ball, just unbelievable job of catching the ball, no hesitation, head down, straight to the hole, knowing you're going to get 2 free throws or you're making a layup.
Yeah, right. So that foul come against Isbell.
Her first, team 5th.
Maple the line for 2 for Maconaquah, leading by 4. And that one barely touched the rim with 0 rotation.
Yeah, she's 0 for 3 in the half with from the free throw line. So
behind you, 3.
One more coming for the freshman. Second one is good this time. Back to a 5-point lead for Maconaquah. 5.5 minutes to play in the game. Brown up over the top to Isbell. Jenny against Pike. Wraparound pass to McKee against the double team on the paint. And then her cross-court pass is tipped away by Maple. Maple will go coast to coast and fouled on the drive by Peterson.
Her second, team 6th. They'll be in the 1-1 the rest of the game. And Rochester had an opportunity down here for an easy layup. The ball stuttered and ultimately did not happen.
Isabel block. Yeah.
Her length is awesome.
Brown on the right wing. Looks down low to McKee. Got to get out of there. There you go. Now gets the entry pass. Takes the shot up. It is in and out, no good. And a rebound, fought for. We're going to have a jump ball, and Maconaquah going to get it back. And we've got an injury. Merritt is hurt. We're going to take a 30-second timeout. 92.1 WROI.
At Co-Alliance Propane, we treat our customers like neighbors because, well, that's what we are. When you trust Co-Alliance Propane as your seriously local propane provider, you're trusting a team of professionals who live, work, and watch the game from right across the county, not the country. A team that's close by and seriously dedicated to your safety and providing the best service possible. Find out more about Co-Alliance Propane's seriously local service and how you can get 50 gallons of propane free at coalliancepropane.com.
Ever wonder why your local TV bill keeps going up? The bulk of these increases are due to rising network fees. A few powerful media companies dictate what TV providers must pay to offer their channels to you. And every time networks demand more money, that affects what you pay every month. If TV providers don't meet their demands, networks threaten blackouts. Since 1999, these network fees have increased by 3.5 times the rate of inflation. To see what we're doing to keep network fees in check, visit tvonmyside.com.
Back at Rochester High School, well, Alex Merritt, the 5'9" freshman, being helped off the floor. Looked like she was holding a hip when she went down earlier. And she's not putting any weight on that right side. They're going to take her straight into the trainer's room to be evaluated. So, on that, they were tied up. Rochester and Maconaquah tied up. It'll be a jump ball. Maconaquah will have the basketball. With 5:05 to play in the fourth quarter in the basketball game, Maconaquah up by 5.
It was just incidental contact as far as both of them were fighting for the ball. Yeah. Both of them are tall. The ball was above both of their heads, and Merritt just lost ground and fell over.
So now the question is where's the other half of the scoring going to come from?
Well, now you're going to have 5 minutes and 5 seconds, in my opinion, of Lily Maple shooting the ball.
Probably right.
Jess might pitch in a little bit.
Jess, the senior, crosses the timeline against the press. Backs it out behind the three-point line. Now gives to Wagner. Wagner playing with 4 fouls for Maconaquah.
Box and 1 for the Zebras. They put Jordan Jennings on Maple.
Jess gets it out to Wagner. Wagner, bounce back to Jess, back to Wagner. Back to Jess near the scorer's table. Dribbles around the defense, gives it out to Moore. Moore thought about a shot. Back out to Wagner. You're right. Rochester in a box and 1. Jennings is chasing Maple around. Pike outside to Wagner. 4.5 minutes to play in the game. 5-point lead for Maconaquah. Jess holds against Batten. Dribbles to the corner to Moore. Moore around the defense is going to be fouled by McKee, and that's going to send Moore to the free throw line for 1 in the bonus for Maconaquah.
Maconaquah was going to be very content just throwing the ball around, working the clock. They're in no hurry. McKee caught her with a hip, Moore that is, and Moore now goes to the line for 1 and 1.
Jordan Jennings is a really good soccer player. So she is chasing Maple around the court right now. Doesn't even look winded to me.
No, and I like it. I like the box and 1. The problem is you got to get the ball now.
Moore's free throw off the back of the rim too hard. And Isbell comes out of there with the board.
That's one way to do it.
Brown. Rochester by 5, 4:15 to play in the game. Batten left wing behind the arc to Brown. Long 3 behind the arc is good.
That one was from Zebby.
Yes. And now the lead is 2. Moore.
Oh, she traveled.
Outside to Jess. Jess to Wagner. Back to Jess at the volleyball line. Dribbles twice to her left. Over the top to Wagner. Wagner now to Maple against Jennings. Maple will go to the basket, throws up a tough shot. It's no good. McKee with another rebound. Rochester down by 2, 3:40 to play in the game. McKee will make that to Brown across the timeline, middle of the floor. Now drifts to her left, gives to Batten high on the left side. Now to Brown. Brown just hit one from there. She'll fire another one from there. No good, out of bounds. It'll go back to Maconaquah. 2-point lead for Maconaquah, 3:25 to play in the game. Rochester in a full court press. Well, I guess the box and one. Jennings was pressing Maple. Jess works the left elbow extended, left. Bounce pass to Wagner. One dribble back to Jess, 3:15. Jess splits the defense. Over the top to Wagner. Wagner works the right side against Brown. Bounce pass on the near side to Jess with 3:05. Jess gives him the baseline to Moore. Moore goes to the basket. Jumper on the way, no good, but a foul coming on Rochester. Is that going to be on Isbell? Regardless, Moore is going to go to the line to shoot 2 shots.
It is on Isabel, her second, team 8th. Moore going to the line for 2. Here's the deal, though, regardless. Maple's not shooting the ball, and Maple's not the one beating you, so you have to live with the outcome.
Yeah, very true. Moore has 2 from Maconaquah. First one on the way. No good off the back of the rim. One more coming for the sophomore.
She's 0 of 2 from the line, but Jordan Jennings is locking Maple up. She's not even touching the ball.
Yep, doing a really good job.
I love the box and one.
3 minutes to play in the game. Maconaquah up 37-35. Moore for one more for the Braves. Second one for the sophomore is way short air ball. So try to compensate for pinning 2 of them hard off the back of the rim. Maybe a fuzz too much. Batten gets it into Isbell. Under 3 to play in the game. Rochester down by 2. Isbell across the timeline. Gives to Batten on the near side in the corner to Jennings. Jennings back to Batten behind the arc. Works to the right elbow. Pulls it back outside to Brown. Brown on the right wing for Rochester. Gives top of the key to Isbell with 2:40 to play in the game. Rochester up, or make that down by 2. Long jumper for Batten, no good. Moore rips the board, gets it out to Wagner. Wagner thought about going to the basket, pulls it back outside, and will reset for Maconaquah, who leads by 2 with 2.5 to play in the game. Jess almost has her ball stolen, gets it to Wagner. Back to Jess, top of the key. Bounce pass to Maple. Maple against Jennings in the box and one defense. In the corner to Pike, back outside to Jess, and just about goes out of bounds, gives to Maple in the center circle. Ooh. Down low to Moore, her layup is good. I'll tell you what,
yeah.
Merritt just walked right in front of us, and she is not putting any weight on that left side. That is unbelievable.
No, that's not good.
Jennings right in front of Coach Jennings, and now Rochester will use a 30-second timeout. You're listening to Ladies Zero Basketball, 92.1 WROI and RTC TV4. Peterson's walking a little gingerly as well, Mac. Isbell, Batten, and McKee on the floor. Maple, Pike, Moore, Jess, and Wagner on the floor for Maconaquah. Brian on the right wing. Shoots a 3 right in front of Jess. A shot no good, but Jess with the rebound. Jess ahead to Wagner and throws it out of bounds. Not a bad idea, but just led Wagner just a little bit too long. 100 seconds to play in the game. Maconaquah by 4.
Both teams have 2 full timeouts.
Yep.
Maconaquah's in the bonus, the 1-and-1.
Rochester Maconaquah has, 2 fouls to give.
Roll back now, Jed.
Brown against the double team. 100 seconds to play in the game. Bounce pass to Batten. Batten picks up her dribble over the top to Isbell. Isbell down low to McKee. McKee, her jumper is in and out, back in. And it's a 2-point game for Maconaquah. A minute and a half to play. 39-37 Maconaquah. Coach Jennings looks at the bench. No movement yet. Out to Wagner. Holds against Brown. 4 fouls to 4 fouls. Wagner gives him the corner to Maple. Maple has her ball stripped away. Picked up by Isbell. And now we're going to have a foul on the reach-in by Maple with a minute 8 to play. Maconaquah up 39-37.
Lily Maple's 3rd foul, team's 5th foul, as they still got 1 more to give.
Yep. Full court press by Maconaquah.
For Rochester, Macy Brown is the only one that cannot foul. McKee and Burkett both have 3.
It's a 2-point lead for the Lady Braves, and the ball is knocked out of bounds by Maconaquah with a minute 7. Batten will look to get it inbounds right in front of the Maconaquah bench. Both teams with 2 timeouts. Maconaquah by 2 at 39-37. Batten looks to get it in. Looking for Macy Brown. Gets it to her on the bounce pass. Brown against a double team. Runs around Wagner. We're down to a minute to play across the timeline. High on the left side is Brown. Picks up her dribble now to Peterson. In the corner to Isbell. Isbell cut off by the defense. Outside to Peterson, who's hit 3 from there. Works around the defense with 50. Batten inside the 3-point line with 49. Maconaquah leads by 2, and she throws it away. Maple has it now with 45. Somebody's going to have to foul Maple, and she is fouled by Peterson.
Careful.
And that's going to send Maple to the line to shoot 1 in the bonus with 40 seconds to play in the game.
She extended her arms. You're getting into that fine line of an intentional foul there
right.
where you're not going for the ball. That's Peterson's 3rd foul, team 9th, and you put the wrong girl on the line.
Kimmy Burkett comes back into the game, and Peterson will come out. 40 seconds to play in regulation. Maconaquah leads 39-37. Maple at the line for 1 in the bonus for Maconaquah. Maple ready. The freshman eyes the first one. In and out, no good. And the rebound's going to be knocked out of bounds by McKee. Maconaquah will keep possession. 37.7 to play in the game. Maconaquah by 2. And they've got the basketball baseline right out of bounds.
Some block-out shell drills this week in practice, girls, no doubt.
Yeah, Wagner will look to get it in around Brown. Wagner studies. Gets it into Jess with 35. Jess top of the key to Maple with 32, and she stands. Maple, a couple of dribbles with 30. Near side of Wagner with 29. Now Maple with 27. Maple against Burkett with 26. Out to Jess near the timeline with 23. Now to Maple. Now we're going to have a foul. Is that going to be on Batten or Burkett? Regardless, Maconaquah going to shoot 2 free throws with 22.8 to play in the game, leading by 2.
That will be Batten's 3rd, team 10th, so it's double bonus, and Jess is going to the line and has not shot a free throw today.
Jess at the line, one of the seniors for the Maconaquah Braves, and P.J. Hatcher. The southpaw fires the first one, it's no good. Fortunately for Rochester, they've struggled down the stretch here shooting free throws.
1 of 9.
I'd say that's it.
This half.
Okay. Jess with 1 more, trying to push this Maconaquah lead to 3. Second of the senior is good as it rattles in. 40-37, 20 seconds to play in the game. Brown against the full court press. Macy yet to cross the timeline with 17. Crosses the timeline with 15. Works to the right wing with 13. Brown inside the arc with 12. Step back 3 is on the way, is short. The putback by McKee is no good, but a foul coming on Maconaquah. And Kinsey McKee will go to the line to shoot 2 with 9 seconds to play in the game. Rochester down by 3.
Maconaquah foul is on number 34, Josie Pike, her 2nd, team 6th.
2 timeouts apiece for Rochester and Maconaquah. Kinsey McKee at the line to shoot 2 for Rochester. 9 seconds to play in regulation. Free throw is off the back of the rim, no good.
So you deny Maple here. You do not let her touch the ball. As soon as they catch it, you foul.
Yep. 40-37, Maconaquah. McKee with 1 more with 9 seconds. Kinsey's 2nd one on the way. No good. Rebound by Batten. The putback is no good. And Maple with a rebound with 5. And we're going to have a timeout or a foul. What are we doing?
They called a foul.
We did call a foul on Batten. 4.3 to play in the game. Maconaquah leading 40-37. And Maple at the line to shoot 2 free throws. And Coach Jennings will use a timeout. It's a 60. You're listening to Ladies Zebra Basketball, 92.1 WROI and RTC TV4.
RTC cable subscribers. Now you can watch your favorite cable networks wherever you are, on your phone, tablet, or computer. Just log on to www.watchtveverywhere.com. Enter your RTC account information and sign up to watch TV everywhere. Live sports, videos on demand, and more, all for free with your RTC cable subscription. Watch TV everywhere. Another great service from RTC.
At Co-Alliance, we understand the importance of community. After all, we've been farmer-owned since the 1920s. And now that we're a part of your community, we want to become your total agronomy solutions provider. Co-Alliance offers the latest in ag technology for your operation. From field scouting and fertilizers to premium seed and precision agriculture, we can help take your operation to the next level. Put the resources of your local cooperative to work. Contact Co-Alliance today.
.3 seconds to play in the game. Maconaquah has 2 timeouts, Rochester with 1. After Rochester's timeout, Maple will be at the line for the Lady Braves with 2 free throws. Again, Maconaquah up by 3 with 4.3 to play in the game.
Rochester has 1 timeout, but she makes 1. Going to make it very hard.
Yep,
2
you're right.
makes it impossible.
Maple with 2. Like we said before, Maconaquah has struggled in the second half, and Maple's free throw just barely grazes rim. Rochester, there's still a chance. And now Coach Jennings will use his final timeout. It's a 60. We'll take a 30. You're listening. We'll take a 30. You're listening to Ladies Zebra Basketball, 92.1 WROI and RTC TV4.
This broadcast is brought to you in part by these local sponsors. Evans Agency in Rochester, offering farm liability, farm personal property, and farm outbuilding policies, all customized to fit your insurance needs. Let Judy help you protect all of your possessions. Online at evansagencyrochester.com. First Federal Savings Bank is your local mortgage lender with 6 locations throughout North Central Indiana. Trust the professionals at First Federal Savings Bank. Online at firstfederalbanking.com. Please support the local businesses that help us bring you this production.
I would.
Yeah.
The rule is, I think it's 8 seconds for me. If it's under 8, you play the game there. You're at 4. You do not let them shoot to tie it at all. You foul immediately.
If Maconaquah would happen to foul, it'd send Rochester to the line for 1 in the bonus.
Yep.
One shot for number 12.
Maple hits this.
It's over.
Yeah, it's a moot point, isn't it? Maconaquah has not shot free throws well in this second half. They're 1 of 10, I believe.
2 of
10.
2 of 11. This will be 12, I believe.
Free throw, no good. Rebound to McKee. Rebound with 2, with 1. Macy Brown not going to get a shot off. The final. Maconaquah holds on to win, 40-37. Post-game show next, 92.1 WROI.
40, Zebras 37.
That is not good, my friend.
Zebras' next action will be Tuesday night as they take on Lewis Cass, Rochester High School.
I don't think of this as a high school weight room. It's more like a high school classroom. I'm learning how to manage my time here. I'm learning that it's important to have goals and that it takes persistence and commitment to reach them. And I'm learning that the best way to lead is by example.
Indiana High School Sports. They're more than just a game.
Come and see me play.
There's been a lot of talk lately about net neutrality. At RTC, our customers receive the full and open internet and nothing less. We are not the gatekeeper, toll operator, or curator. A free and open internet has been the single biggest driver of innovation over the last generation, and we want that engine of innovation to live on in our customers. If you ever have a question about your internet service, give RTC a call. We are here for you.